Hi everyone, so today I'm filming a autumn inspired look for you guys. My favourite things when it comes to autumn are things like pumpkin pie. I love it when the leaves all fall off the trees, so this is all kind of inspired by the things I love. So there's a lot of copper colours, a lot of oranges and bits like that. As you can see, I'm not wearing any makeup, so you guys can watch me as I do it. I feel really naked right now, so let's get on with the video. So the first thing that I like to do when I'm doing my makeup is just to pop on a little bit of lip balm at the beginning. So this is the Honey Trap by Lush, and the reason I like to just pop this on beforehand is so it has a chance to work. So I'm just going to pop some on my lips. This time of year your lips can get a bit dry, so this is quite important. Perfect. So I've done all my moisturisers and serums and eye creams and everything before, so I'm going to get straight on going with the base. And for my base today I'm going to be using the Roche Posay BB cream. This time of year your skin can get a little bit dry, it doesn't really know what it's doing, and as you can see, like me, sometimes you get a bit of a breakout going on. So I'm just going to apply this all over, so just popping some on the back of my hand. And because this is kind of like a thicker consistency, I like to use more of a flat brush when I do this. So this is the Dior, I think it's the full foundation brush, but they usually do these in like a Christmas set every year, so that's kind of where I got mine from. Perfect, so that is my base done. I don't like to apply too much to the base. I prefer to go around with a concealer, and this stops obviously the whole of your face kind of caking and looking too thick in makeup. So I kind of just do a light layer and then touch up where I need touching up. So in order to do all those touch-ups, I'm going to be using these two concealers. So this is the Natural Finish Cream Concealer by Shiseido, and this is the Perfect Stick Concealer, also by Shiseido. So this one, the Stick Concealer, I like to use under my eyes, so I'm just going to pop that on. I just like to do it like this. This is kind of like a cream to powder finish, so this is quite a nice one to use. And I like to use a 217 just to blend that in. Oh, got hair there. Now I'm going to start using the cream concealer. Again, I'm just going to pop a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm shade number 2. And then I'm just going to literally tap my brush into it. And then just start dabbing it on where I need it. So a little bit around my nose. I keep getting hairs on my face. And then, because I need quite a bit of coverage in these places, I'm just going to pat it in with my finger. That way you get quite a lot of coverage. There we go, all done. So now I'm just going to set everything with my powder, and I'm just going to use the Shiseido Sheer and Perfect. So it looks like, well, mine's very well loved, but this is what it looks like. I'm shade I100, I00. I'm just going to use the sponge for this because I use the sponge when I feel like I need a little bit more coverage, and then I'll use the brush when I don't really feel like I need as much coverage. But I feel like today I need a bit of a coverage day. It's not going well for me today. I'm having a very bad skin day. Let's pop a little bit on my brush and just make sure it's all evenly distributed. The next step is obviously my bronzer, so just to add a bit more colour back into my skin. So I'm going to use my Dior Nude bronzer. And this is a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. I'm absolutely in love with this. I've been using it non-stop since I got it. And I'm going to use my, I don't know the number on this because it's rubbed off, but it is a MAC brush. It is a MAC slanted white face brush, we're going to call this one. I don't know the number. I will try and find it and put it down below for you guys, but I'm just going to apply this all over underneath my cheeks. So sometimes a fishy face is necessary when you're doing this, so very difficult to find a good bronzer, especially when you're kind of very, very pale like me. It's very difficult to find a good bronzer, but honestly this is great, this bronzer. Perfect. I think it needs a bit of blending there, but we'll get to that. So next it's time to use a bit of blusher, and I'm going to use my, oh I just dropped my brush. I'm going to use my Mimi Bronze by Dior. It's like a beautiful browny pinky, just gorgeous. This is my autumn winter blush. I have a special blusher for winter, I have one for summer and one for spring. This is my autumn one, and it's also my newest one, and it's just gorgeous. And I do have a habit of putting on too much blush, so I'm trying to be a little bit light-handed with this. But who doesn't love just a bit of blusher? So I just kind of like to blend it up into the bronzer, so it's not like blush bronze, it's kind of a little bit more of a graduation. And for that one I was just using the Dior Powder brush because I like the fact that it's a bit bigger, so you can kind of blend it out a little bit more. And then just to finish off the face, I'm going to finish off with just a little bit of highlighter. This is the Dior limited edition one they did last Christmas. They have got a limited edition one at the moment in their collection, but Dior ones are great. I mean, I got this for Christmas last year. I've still got that much left. So seriously worth the investment. Now it's time to move on to the eyes, which is kind of one of my favourite bits. I kind of like doing my eyes, so I'm going to pop on a little bit of the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is probably my favourite eyeshadow primer just because it really makes them stick. And it's just a really nice texture. It goes on really easily and it kind of really holds the eyeshadow well. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. And it's weird because when it dries you can almost feel it starting to hold. And I like that feeling of like it's doing something and it's being effective. So yeah, I really, really like that. So today I'm going to be using some colours from my MAC palette, and I'm also going to use a couple colours from the Urban Decay Naked One. Firstly, I'm going to go in with a colour from my Naked palette. I'm just going to get my brushes out. So I'm going to go in with my 230, I want to call this brush. It might not be a 230, I think it's a 230. All the numbers keep getting rubbed off of my MAC brushes, but it's the MAC Flat eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to go in with Half Baked, which is that kind of golden colour. And then I'm just going to pat this on, like, I'd say like the quarter of my eye, so in the inner quarter. Just like this. And you can always kind of bring it into the centre a little bit as well, as a bit of a highlight. And this will help with later on as well. So you're just packing it all on. Perfect. So now I'm going to go back to my MAC palette and I'm going to grab this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colour here. That one there. And this is called Coppering, and it's a beautiful colour. I'm just using exactly the same brush. I'm not going to change brushes. I'm just going to use exactly the same brush. And this is an amazing colour. It's like a rust burnt orange, just gorgeous this time of year. And honestly, don't feel like you really need to be neat at this point. I know this is going to look really scary, this bright orange, but yeah, really don't worry about being neat because we're going to blend it all in. Now I'm going to grab my 224. This is a very loved brush. And I'm just going to start blending it out so there's no kind of lines. I kind of just like to blend as I go. And I'll always kind of apply, blend, blend. So I'll kind of make sure that the coverage is the same before I then start blending it out. Perfect. So now that that's done, and it probably looks really bright and really scary, I'm going to make it less bright and less scary by adding a little bit of depth with a bit of a brown. The brown I'm going to use is this colour here, which is called Embark. So I'm not sure if you can see, but this colour here. And I use my 217 just to pop it all over my brush, so just kind of working it into my brush. And then I know you really shouldn't apply with a 217, and then I just go in with my brush and just start blending it in. This way I'm kind of blending as I'm going, which I think leaves a really, really, really nice finish. And I'm just applying it into the outer corner in like a C kind of motion. Just all around. Just to kind of deepen it. And then just doing the same on the other side. I just keep blending it out. And then I go back in, obviously, with my 224. I love my 224. And then just kind of give it a good old proper blend together. Perfect. And then this is the time when I'll sometimes go back in with like my copper. So I'm just going to get a bit more coppering and pop a little bit more on. And do the same on the other side as well. So don't be afraid to kind of correct as you go. So if you feel like you're losing a bit of the copper and you want to add a bit more in, then just kind of add and then blend. Now I'm just going to go underneath my eye with the Half Baked, the gold colour, just to kind of make them pop. I don't really like to use dark colours under my eyes all of the time. I'll do it sometimes, but I find like things like golds and silvers can really make your eyes pop without looking too harsh on the eyes. So gold is a great colour to put under the eyes, especially this time of year. It looks gorgeous. I'm just going to go under the eye, and I'm just using a Real Techniques brush. This is just quite a thin one, but not so thin that you have to work it in loads. It's a really nice size. This is the accent brush. It's gorgeous, this one. So now I've applied that all under my eyes, the gold colour, and now it's time for the scary bit, which is the eyeliner. So we're going to pray that this goes well, or this is just going to ruin everything. I'm just going to use my Givenchy Liner Couture. This is amazing, this one. And the way I hold my brush is kind of like on the side, so you've got a bit more control. It's almost just like resting it against the lashes and then pulling it. So you've just got that little bit more support going on, which I find really, really helpful. And then I'll do both lines first, and then I'll kind of go back and do the flicks. So, okay, so now I'm going to go in and do my flicks. The way I do my flicks, and I find felt kind of eyeliners are the easiest eyeliners to use, and I kind of rest it against my lower lashes, kind of get the angle that I want, and then just swipe down. And I can kind of see where I'm going with my liner. Definitely takes a little bit of practice with your eyeliner, but once you get it, flicks are like eyebrows. They're not twins, they're sisters. And I don't think that's horrendously bad. So now I'm going to do my mascara. And I'm using my Dior Overcurl. This is my favourite mascara. I just absolutely love the way this looks. It kind of really curls your lashes round, hence the name Overcurl, and it just looks gorgeous when it's on. And you use it kind of this way, so you're kind of just flicking them up. I'm just grabbing my brown Embark, and I'm just going to pop my 217 back in there, and then again just blend that in, just in the very, very corner. Perfect. Again, I'm just going to grab a clean 217. You can tell I'm a little bit obsessed with my 217s. And I'm going to grab Max Vanilla, which is a great highlighting colour. So it's just a matte white. I'm just going to pop that underneath my brows, just to finish it off. And whilst we are on or near the brows, I'm just going to fill mine in. And to do that, I'm just going to use a really kind of small brush by Dior. This is good for smudging under the eyes as well. And I'm going to use this colour here, which is called... oh my god, I know the name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, it's not charcoal brown, it's the other one. I'll link it down below. I know the name and it's going to come to me. Now the final thing to do on the eyes after you've kind of checked all the shadows right and you're happy with everything else is just to add a little bit of white eyeliner into the waterline. I'm just using this one by Sleek, it's called White Noise, and this kind of really makes the eyes pop, really opens them up and just kind of adds that finishing touch. So now it's just time for the finishing touches on this look. So for my lipstick, because obviously I love pumpkin pie and leaves and kind of those orangey colours, I feel like in October time, orangey kind of colours are amazing. What better than a bright orange lipstick to finish off this look? So this is the 317 Coral Signature Le Rouge from Givenchy, and I love this lipstick. So I've just wiped off the excess lip balm. So now I'm just going to pop this all over. Now the last finishing touch to this look is a matching fragrance. I love to match my looks to my fragrances. I feel like they really kind of finish off a look, and it kind of embraces all the senses. So you've got your looks in your smells, it just kind of all ties together nicely. So I've chosen the Hypnotic Poison Eau de Parfum from Dior. I absolutely love this time of year. It's a really oriental floral that went straight in my mouth. It's a really lovely smell. Not sure on the taste, but the smell is lovely. So this is my fragrance I've chosen to finish this look off. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed the look. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know whether you have a certain look that you tend to go for in autumn, or whether you just like to use the same look most of the year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!